Welcome to Mr. Kitty Codes. Today we're going to go over a rhythm game and show you how to make a game. So this is one of the first games that we make together. So let's go over what it looks like. Here's the overview of the game. You can see in this game we have 3 balls that are falling down. They're each in their own column, and as the balls reach the bottom, they'll go back to the top and then kind of wrap around and keep repeating that. We have your score that's displayed up here, and if you press the appropriate key, we'll say A, S, and D. If you press the appropriate key, you'll actually get 25 points, and then it will add it to your score and it'll display it. So you might think to yourself, wow, that is quite complex, or maybe you're like, oh, this is easy, I can go do it. And part of if you haven't done this before, it can seem overwhelming. And so what we actually want to do is we want to break down the problem into smaller steps. Because as you break it down into smaller steps, then you can actually figure out how to do each of the small steps and put it together, and then eventually you'll come up with a game. So let's start. The very first thing we need is an empty screen. So we are going to be using the P5JS editor. So you can just go to editor.p5js.org. And to get an empty screen, we've already just started the new sketch and just hit play. And you can see we now have an empty screen. Let's see what the next set is. All right, so we have a ball on the screen. So to do this, we're just going to use an ellipse. And our ellipse, remember, it needs an X and a Y, and then a width and a height. So for the X, we want to kind of put it in the middle of our screen. So let's do, since our screen is 400 wide, let's put it at 200. And for the Y, let's put it down just a little bit at 50, and let's make it 20 by 20. And now we have a ball on the screen. Now we're ready for the next step. Animate the ball. All right, to animate the ball, we're going to need a variable. So let's go up to the top and create a new variable. This will be var b for ball and y, since it's the y component of it. And then let's start it off at 0. So to animate it, we actually need to add to it. Since we want it to move down, we want to actually since y starts at 0 up at the top and goes increasing down, we want to add to it. So we do by equals by plus 5. Now our ball isn't animating yet because we're not using it here. So instead of drawing it at 50, we can actually just draw it at by. And now we should see the ball animate down. And you might be like, oh no, it didn't come back to the top. That's all right, we haven't done that step yet. So remember, you just want to do one step at a time. So the next one is to have it go back to the top. So to go back to the top, we're going to use an if statement. You can kind of hear yourself say, well, if it's off the bottom, then go to the top. So if, off the bottom, then you want to go to the top. All right, so let's replace this. So what is off the bottom? Well, it's the ball, and we know the ball is at by. And then how do we know it's off the bottom? Well, that means it's going to be greater than the height of the screen. And the height of our screen is 400. So it's going to be greater than 400. Now, how do we have it go to the top? Well, the thing that we want to go to the top is the ball. So we say by. And to go to the top, we actually just say equals to 0. So when it goes off the bottom, we should see it now wrap to the top. There you go. All right, we've got that one working. Next one is to show your score. So the first thing we actually need to do is to have a score. So why don't we put, our score up here. I'm going to call it var score. And let's just start it off, we'll do 525 as our score. And then now to draw it, there's a new function which is called text. So text will draw any text. And so we can put it here, we can say your score. And then you put the text in between quotes, and you put a quote at the beginning and the quote at the end, and it'll draw anything in between here. So that's one way to draw text. So let's move it to basically the right-hand side, so around 300, and maybe down at 50. Let's see, how does that look? Not bad. All right, now the next thing we actually want to do is not to draw the word score, but to draw the variable score. So to do this, we write text, and in here, we don't put quotes around it, because if we put quotes around it, what would happen is it would actually draw the word score, but we don't want to put quotes around it. We actually just want to use the variable itself. And the variable itself without it means whatever the current value is in here. So it's going to draw 525. So let's go ahead. We can change this back. You can watch as I change it. I'll change it back to 0. So you'll start off your score at 0. So now we have the score. Next, we want to do when you actually, I'll show it there, you get 25 points. So when you press any key, you're going to get 25 points. So this is a case where we have a new function, similar to we have void setup, which gets called once. We have the function draw, which gets called over and over and over again. So we have another one called function keyPressed. This also doesn't take any parameters. And this is going to actually get called anytime you press a key. So what do we want to do when you press a key? Well, we actually want to give them score. Well, how do you give them score? You add to it, right? So you do score equals score plus 25. So now if we go over here and we press a key, we should get its score. And you can see I'm getting lots of score. So be sure to actually try it. It's kind of fun just to see your score go up. And if you really want it to go up, you can change it to, a larger number, and then you're really getting lots of points. All right, but I think we want to do just 25 points on each time. All right, next, we only want to do it when you press the S key. So this is, you can hear yourself saying, well, if they press the S key, then give them points. So we already have the then give them their points part. So all we have to do is we have an if statement, and we're going to put this part of the score into the if statement. We just have to put in, well, how do we check to see if the if key or what key they're pressing? So you can actually do key equals equals, because we're going to check to see if it's equals, and then S. And this will actually check to see, this is a special variable that's already done. You don't have to declare it. It's just done part of the P5.js processing. It's the key variable, and it actually will be whatever key you just pressed. So here we're checking to see if it's equal to the S key. And so the way we do this is you put it in single quotes to see if it's S. So now if I'm pressing keys that aren't the S, I get nothing. But if I press the S key, I get points. So other keys, nothing. S key, points. So we know that that is working now. Now, we only want to do it if you're actually at the bottom. So how do we do that? Well, let's say that the bottom is around, the whole thing is 400 high, so maybe it's just at 350. So part we can use in an if statement, you can have one thing that you're comparing, and then you can actually do and, which means you want to check to see if this is true or the other thing is true. So here we want to check to see if the ball, so let's do by, and then greater than 350. So now I should only be able to press the S key. You can see basically when I get to the bottom that's when I actually get the points, is when it's at the bottom. And if you want to, you can actually draw a line here to actually to show you where you can be able to get points. And you can actually make it harder by changing, like if it's greater than some number and less than something else. You can also change the speed for it. So instead of 5, if you want it to do faster, you can make it 10. So you can actually make it quite fast. You can make it harder, or you can make it easier. So that's all for, we've gotten our one ball on the screen and it's working. So now to do the rest of it, you actually just go ahead and repeat it for the other two. So all you have to do is be able to repeat what you just did for the other two. And it will be the exact same thing. You'll have a new variable for each one. You'll have a new addition for it. You'll have the same if statement. You won't need to change the score. And then in the keyPressed, you'll have another section of this. So this is kind of a challenge for you to go be able to do it. Some other things you could do too, if you'd like, you could have it be when you actually go off the screen that you actually lose points. You could also have, depending on after the certain level, you can make it go faster after you've gotten a certain number of points. There's lots of additions that you can do for this. You can even change that so the balls are different colors. But enjoy and try to build your own little game and do all kinds of additions to it. If you do something great, go ahead and submit it and maybe we'll feature it.